Hi there, I'm Jordan Smith from Rapido Trains Inc. And when I'm not participating in product development meetings, working in the warehouse, answering YouTube comments, handling a lot of our social media, picking up milk for the guys on Monday morning for their coffee, vacuuming the office, organizing Jason's collection of train parts, watering plants, photographing models for the website, shoveling snow, making coffee, getting choked by Janet, picking up the mail, washing Jason's taxi, regrouting the bathroom, organizing Janet's shoes, and cleaning the toilets. When I'm not doing those things, I'm also Senior Vice President of Video Production, North America Division for Rapido. And today, I have our new modernized FL9 diesel locomotives in HO scale. So a quick rundown of the FL9s. These locomotives were built by the Fairbanks Morse Company in the late 1990s for use on California's surfliner trains. Later on, when they were retired, they were purchased by Metro for use on their commuter operations in the Chicago area.
Jordan, what are you talking about?
You know what, Bobby, you're right. I don't really know much about these, so why don't I get you to take care of this? Thanks a lot, eh?
Hey, Bobby from Rapido. I'm back again to discuss the modernized FL9, and I have brand new samples to show you. What is an FL9? That's a good question. An FL9 is a diesel-electric locomotive that can switch between diesel and electric at the flip of a switch. Really? Now, why could they switch between diesel and electric? Well, that was simple. The Park Avenue tunnels leading to Grand Central Terminal required them to run on electricity all the way in. Why? Well, excessive diesel fumes really cause a headache. Who wants to breathe that in? Now, another thing about this that makes them so unique was that they were built between 1956 and 1957 for the New Haven Railroad. Eventually, they got passed on to Penn Central, Conrail, and eventually Metro North and Amtrak. Metro North taking the larger of the fleet. What makes them even more unique was sometime around the mid-1980s, a fair amount of them got rebuilt with head-end power, HEP, HEP, however anybody wants to call it. They were also paired with Metro North's Shoreliner, Bomber, Comet, however you want to call them. I know Condot calls them Shoreliners. They were paired up with them. Eventually, some were sold off to Condot, and they got the attractive New Haven paint scheme back again. The rest of them were eventually painted into the Metro North's popular red and blue and silver scheme. Then around the late 1990s, some of them got the New York Central Heritage scheme to celebrate the Hudson River Railroad's anniversary. They would later get some would get the MTA dip in the silver and blue scheme. Amtrak had a few. They were repainted into Phase 2 and eventually Phase 3. And then Amtrak sold all of theirs off to Morris Tire and Erie, and some were repainted into the Maine Eastern scheme, which is very attractive, by the way. They ran in Maine, and they also ran in New Jersey on excursion trains. Now, let's go over some of the details on the rebuilt FL9 before we get to the functions. We'll use the Condot and the Metro North as examples. So if you notice on the front of the Condot, it has a Hancock air whistle. Included in the poly bag is a K5LA. Depending on what era or what road number you want, you have a choice between a Hancock or a K5LA. Usually sometime around the late 80s, most of them were switched out to K5LAs, but some of them did last a little bit longer. On Metro North, it has a K5LA, and in the poly bag, it's the reverse, we give you the Hancock. Now, if you notice, the HEP receptacles on the front have yet to be applied. This is a user option. Depending on what you want, or what area you want to model, you can either apply the non-ditch light version or the ditch light version. The ditch light version requires you to wire the lights back into the board. Now let's take a look at the rear of the HEP grills and fan. On the Condot versions, you'll notice that there is a grill work on top of the fans. The muffler is on the fireman's side as well as the pipe work. On the Metro North version, there is no grill work on top of the fans, and the muffler moves over to the engineer's side. Also, no piping. Now let's have a look at some of the key sound and lighting functions. Engine startup. Next is the headlight. marker lights, ground lights, throttling up and moving forward, brake squeal, flange squeal, now the best part, the horn, both a K5 LA and a Hancock air whistle. Toot toot. Ding 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 the bell. You get the wonderful sound of the buzzing HEP generator. And finally, Grand Central Terminal mode. This mode switches between diesel and electric and vice versa. Now, back to the good-looking guy in camera. Well, there you have it. And magically, they're all back like I was talking before. Continuity. But you know what, Jordan, I gotta get back to work, so take it away.
Thanks, Bobby. That was terrific. So terrific, in fact, we might have to give you a few other tasks to do around the office. That being said, the modernized FL9s are actually on the way from the factory right now. They're on the water and are expected probably sometime mid-February thereabouts. So make sure if you haven't ordered one already, we do still have extras available, so visit us at rapidotrains.com or visit your favorite hobby shop or online retailer and get your order in today. So once again, thanks very much. Have a great one.